I am dropping everything today. What is up with the universe? Hey there, and welcome to Real Chicks TV. I'm your Real Chick, Carla. Thanks so much for joining me today. It always makes my day that much more special when you keep me company. Today I am bringing you this version of what I like to call a night out on the town glam look. It's subtle, but it's wham bam glam all at the same time. And the focus is really on the eyes. The eyes and the shimmer. We've got a glitter lipstick, we've got shimmer on the cheeks, and we have got metallic on the eyes. So I'm going to show you how I got this look. Okay, let's get started. I have already prepped and primed my skin. For my skincare, I'll have that link down below for you in the description box. In fact, all of the products I'll link down below for you in the description box. For my primer, I used the Cover FX Blurring Primer. And for my foundation, I have my trusty NARS All Day Weightless Luminous Foundation. And under my eyes, I used Bye Bye Under Eye by e.l.f. Cosmetics. For my powder, for my setting powder, I used Derma Blend. Oh, I also used the e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder for my eyes. But for the rest of my face, I used the Derma Blend Setting Powder in the Loose Powder Original. And for my highlight on my cheeks, I used what comes in the palette that we're going to be using today. But I also, for a little bit of extra radiance, used the Milani Radiant All Over Powder. Now you can use this as an all over setting powder. I've done that, but it leaves me with a little bit of a Tin Man look. But I really like the way that it looks as a highlight and right on the tip of the nose. So that's what I used today. Also, I used a bunch of Real Techniques and e.l.f. brushes, as well as some Bare Minerals brushes. I will have those linked down below for you. My eyebrows, I used my trusty $2 pencil from e.l.f. This is a great eyebrow pencil. Again, everything will be linked down below. And our main palette today is the Profusion Eye and Cheek Palette. This is a wonderful, affordable palette. This is about $10. I'll link it down below, but you can also find it at Target. Okay, my eyes are primed with the Lorac Eye Primer, and we are going to go into this beautiful eye and cheek palette from Profusion Cosmetics. Oh, I forgot to tell you too, for my contour, I used Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in light medium. Have that linked down for you below as well. And for my blush, I'm using it from the kit here, and it is called Breathtaking. And it is this one right here, a nice kind of pinky peach shade. All right, going in with a Real Techniques brush, I'm going to go in first with this shade right here, and it is called Love. And I'm going to take that and put it all over my lid. All over the lid, all the way up to the brow bone. Now I'm taking a mixture of Love and Honest, and I'm going to blend those together with an e.l.f. crease brush, and I'm going to use that as my transition shade. This does get a little powdery, so you're going to want to make sure that you tap these off for sure. And I'm just going in and laying that down. Because I have hooded eyes, I don't go where my actual crease is. I go where I wish my crease was. So that's actually practically on the brow bone itself. Just laying that down and swooping it out a little bit like a tail to meet up with the tail of my eyebrow there. Just back and forth is our transition color. And if you want it a little bit more intense, you may want to dip into this bottom shade down here. Just mix all three to kind of get the perfect transition shade. That's what I do. Now I'm going to come down here in the outer part of my eye and connect that. Because my eyes are hooded, I actually don't take it all the way out to the very far part of my eye, because if I do, when I close my eyes, it's going to make it look that much more hooded because the makeup is going to fall. And we want to lift those eyes up. So this tutorial is all about hooded eyes. It will work on any eye shape, any eye type, but really, because I have hooded eyes, I go for the hooded eyes tutorials. All right, I think we've got that laid down pretty well. I'm just kind of patting and pulling it up. That's another trick for hooded eyes. You pull up that transition shade so that when you close your eyes, you can actually see the color. Going in now with this beautiful copper shade. This is called Mic Drop, and I have got an e.l.f. brush here, and I am really gonna load this brush up. I really want this loaded. You could wet your brush if you wanted to. And I am going to start on the outer third of the eye, just packing that on, and I'm actually bringing it up to my crease area and blending it in with that transition color because I want everything to meld together. This is not a hard look to achieve, just takes a little bit of time to get your colors all packed in and to get them all blended together. But it's a pretty easy look to do. But hey, when you get a nice glam payoff from something that's pretty easy to pull together, win-win, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I'm just packing that color on, again, pulling it up into the crease area. I'm not going completely over my transition shade because I don't want to cover that. I'm just kind of mixing the two together, but leaving the top area where the transition shade is. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. We can always go back in and add more. Now I am taking a flat eyeshadow brush, shader brush from e.l.f. This is just a $1 brush. It works great. Going in with this beautiful gold color called Antique, and it is a great antique gold color. Again, you could wet your brush if you wanted to for more intensity. Loading that sucker up. Getting lots on there, tapping it off. The metallics on this palette don't have nearly the kick up that the matte shades do. And I am putting this directly in the center of my eyelid. And you'll see, go ahead and drop the palette, Carla, that's real good. You will see that it's bleeding over a little bit into the copper. That's exactly what I want it to do. And I am going to blend them together a little bit later on, but I want that crossover because I want a gradient effect. Now we are only using one color that is not in the palette. Everything else, the cheeks, the eyes, in the palette, with the exception of the silver color that we're going to do. This is a pure metallic look. We've got copper, gold, and we're going to use this silver from NYX. This is called Tin. Going in with another e.l.f. brush. I will have all of the brushes listed down below so that you can know which ones I'm using. Loading this up again. Again, not much fallout from this one either. And now I am going directly into this inner corner and pulling it into the gold shade. Also bringing it down here into the tear duct area so that your eyes are nice and bright. Pack that in and pack that on. Can you see it starting to come together? I know when we had a blank canvas over here and you saw this, you're thinking, how in the world is she going to go from that to that? This is how. In fact, I want a little bit more over here, so I'm going to add a little bit more. There we go. Now I'm taking an e.l.f. Precision brush and I'm just going to kind of mix these three brown shades on this side of the palette. More heavily concentrated on this really dark chocolate. Tap that off. And I'm going to come down here into the outer third of the eye. But I want to make sure that I don't cover up all of that copper because that copper is a really important part of this look. So we're just kind of making that reverse C, reverse 7, the V, whatever you want to call it, and pulling that up there. And you're also pulling it up just like we did the transition color for the same reason, so that when you close your eyes and you have hooded eyes, that you can see the color. Taking it a little bit in so that everything blends together. Pulling it up. Up, 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 because we want those eyes to be lifted. I am taking a Real Techniques brush and I'm going to very lightly blend all of these together. Very, very lightly. This is a super look for New Year's Eve, girls' night out, date night, anytime you want some bing, bang, boom, glam. This is a great look for that. I hope you like it as much as I do. All right, now I'm going to take my Rimmel pencil in nude and I'm going to line my lower lash line, my water line down here. And we're doing that because I have small eyes, but regardless of your eye shape or your eye size, doing this with a nude pencil opens up your eyes, makes them look bigger, gives them a more youthful effect. So just give that a good coat on the waterline. Try not to poke yourself in the eye like I just did. And I always try to remember to do that before I do my liner. Now, coming in back with this copper shade down here and mixing it with this, a little bit of this brown shade, I am going to come down here and use this as my eyeliner. I am not bringing it all the way in because if I bring it all the way in, that kind of closes my eyes off and I want them to look open and awake and wide. So I'm taking it about halfway through, just checking to make sure everything is blended and that the two sides look even. All right, they do. Okay, I am pretty happy with that. So now I am taking the absolute best setting spray that I have ever used in my entire life. This is the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day, and this is in the shade, or the scent, Mango. And I'm just gonna give that a good spritz because if you're out for a party, you wanna make sure that your makeup lasts all night long, baby. It smells so good. I have it in coconut too. All the fragrances from Gerard. Fabulous. This is cruelty free, by the way. Love me some Gerard Cosmetics. Love it so much. That's what we're going to use for the lips too. I am using the Gerard Cosmetics lip liner in nude. And this is a great liner because it's a pencil and you can sharpen it. But unlike gel liners and some self-sharpening pencils that break easily or are so soft that you lose control and you end up with a wonky line, they don't do that. And then unlike some really hard pencils that are like a #2 writing pencil, they're not stiff and they don't drag or skip or hurt, which some can actually hurt when you line them. So it's got the perfect amount of stiffness and the perfect amount of softness. It's a beautiful marriage of the two. So I'm just going to line my lips. This really is the perfect nude shade. I think this is universally flattering on so many different skin tones. I'm just lining the outer part, and again, because this is so smooth and creamy, I don't even have to worry about being totally precise because it gets there right where it's supposed to be. I mean, I'm talking to you while I'm doing this. I am dropping everything today. What is up with the universe? All right, and now for our star lipstick. I'm using another Gerard Cosmetics product. This is their glitter lipstick, and this is in the shade Hollywood Boulevard, and this is a true glitter lipstick. It is absolutely stunning, a true glitter. And one of the reasons that I used the lip liner was to add a little bit of pigment. But the other reason is because this is a true glitter lipstick, it doesn't bleed. It doesn't bleed into your lip lines or anything like that. But I want to make sure that the glitter doesn't migrate outside of my lip line. So I am using the lip liner to kind of ensure that. Look at that gorgeous glitter on the lips. So we have got shimmer on the eyes. We've got shimmer on the cheeks, and now we have got shimmer on the lips. I have never seen a lipstick like these glitter lipsticks from Gerard ever. This is a one of a kind. Nobody makes them like these at all. And for just a little bit more pigment and a gradient effect, I'm going to take another Gerard Cosmetics lip liner. By the way, I not only have a link for you for Gerard Cosmetics, I have a code for you, 2RealChicks. You get 30% off Gerard Cosmetics with using the code 2RealChicks. All that is down in the description box below. You're going to want to make sure that you take advantage of that. Affordably priced as it is, and then you take that 30% and you have got a dealio. So just to add more of a gradient effect, I'm taking another Gerard Cosmetics lip pencil. This one is in Luna. And there you go. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take my trusty L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. I'm going to put that on and my other eyelash on off camera, and we'll come back with the finished look. And just like that, here is your finished look. I really had a lot of fun putting this together, and I really like the way that it turned out. I hope that you like it as well. If you do, please give me a big old thumbs up and leave a comment and tell me if you'd like to see more makeup tutorials. I recently took a poll on the community tab of the YouTube channel, and everybody overwhelmingly by majority said they wanted to see makeup tutorials. So I'm going to be making that a priority this year to bring you more and more of those. Tell me if there's a specific look that you'd like to see in the comment section below, and tell me what you think of this overall look as well. Also, I hope that you'll go ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down below. If it's red, you're not subscribed. If it's gray, that you are. So make sure that you click it until it turns gray, and right next to it there's a little notification bell. Go ahead and hit that bell, ding, so that you'll get notified every time that I upload a new video. I'm Carla with Real Chicks TV. I hope that you like my take on a girls' night out, party night out, glam, and I hope that you'll join me next time. Until then, love ya. Bye-bye.